What's up YouTube, Gniady back here with another video, and today I'm going over the best abilities to use at each position inside of Madden 22 Ultimate Team. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. Coming over to our team right here. By the way, Team of the Week 16, 17, and 18 all came out today, and Team of the Year comes out next week. So make sure you guys vote. I think the voting closes tonight maybe, so make sure you guys go ahead and get that voting in. So to start off, I'll show you the abilities that I use, just to go as a reference for someone, if you guys don't know what to be doing. So I have Playmaker on Percy Harvin for 5 AP. Then I have Escape Artist and Gunslinger on Jalen Hurts, my quarterback, and then I have Backfield Master on Walter Payton. So starting off with quarterback, the best abilities to use at quarterback are Gunslinger, Escape Artist, and maybe some sort of Deadeye. So like I said, for example, on Jalen Hurts I have Gunslinger and Escape Artist, right? I was on it right there. Gunslinger and Escape Artist, and then if you really wanted to, there's down here Roaming Deadeye is really good, as well as Dashing Deadeye. Hot Rod Master is really good, stuff like that. So Hot Rod Master is also a really good ability, as long as like Roaming Deadeye or Sideline Deadeye, stuff like that. Any Deadeye is really good. Long Range Deadeye. So if you don't have a quarterback that has Escape Artist and Gunslinger, I would choose Gunslinger and maybe Hot Rod Master. If he doesn't get Hot Rod Master, I would choose Gunslinger and then maybe a Deadeye. Those are what I would suggest you guys use on a quarterback. But Gunslinger is essential. You need to go get a quarterback with Gunslinger, and that's the main guy. You could rock with only Gunslinger on your quarterback. You don't need other abilities, but if you were gonna put other abilities on, I would say Escape Artist or Hot Rod Master. If you can't get either of those, I'd say put a Deadeye on your quarterback, and that's what I would do. I wouldn't spend more than 8 AP on your quarterback. I think that's plenty for sure. Then coming off to receivers right here. So as you can see, Keyshawn Johnson is a route runner. Route tech is only 2 AP for him. If he's not a route runner, if your wide receiver is not a route runner, then it'll be 3 AP for route tech. But route tech is probably my favorite ability to have on a wide receiver. A couple others you can put are probably like Matchup Nightmare, Slot-O-Matic. Those are both pretty good. I guess they're not as good as they used to be. You could do deep in elite, deep out elite. That makes it so your guy basically catches every single deep pass, or that's to the outside, or deep pass that's in the inside. Basically, it doesn't need to be an in route like it says right there, or an out route. It can be any deep route that's either inside the numbers or outside of the numbers, and it makes it so he basically catches them like a lot of the time, way more than he would normally in contested catches. He'll make a lot more often. So that's why people use abilities like that. Jukebox and Spin Cycle and stuff like that I would not necessarily use on I would not normally use on side of my wide receivers. That's not a very good ability for wide receivers in my opinion. You want to create space. You can always use outside apprentice and stuff like that if you don't have a Hot Route Master, wide receiver apprentice. That's if you do not have a quarterback that has Hot Route Master, that's when you would use stuff like that. So that's what I would use right there. Like I said, Slot-O-Matic, Matchup Nightmare, Deep In or Deep Out Elite, and Matchup or Route Tech is the one I like the most, and the one that I use on my receivers. Coming over to running backs, what I would use is usually like Backfield Master, like I showed. That's only 1 AP. It gives 4 additional hot routes to your running backs. That's really clutch. It gives you Texas routes, stuff like that, things that can really help your game. Backfield mismatch is also really good. It makes it so you have better catching against linebackers out of the backfield, stuff like that. Basically, if a linebacker is guarding you, you're going to catch it no matter what. So that's really clutch. Along with Bruiser. Bruiser is really good. Bruiser or Bulldozer are very good, depending on the type of running back you have. If you have like a LeGarrette Blount, I would use something like that. And if you have like a Barry Sanders or something like that, then I would use Jukebox, Leapfrog, Energizer, or Spin Cycle. Any of those are good to use on more of an elusive halfback, stuff like that. And then coming up here to the tight end, I'm not going to click on it, but if you are going to use anything, I would say red zone threat, Slot-O-Matic, Bruiser, Matchup Nightmare, stuff like that. Any of those will all work pretty well for your tight ends. And then when it comes to the offensive line, I think there's only 3 abilities you really need. You either are going to have edge protectors on your right tackle or your left tackle, or identifier on your center. I wouldn't use any other abilities than those. I don't think it's worth it putting. Maybe I think that there is a center ability that you could use to stop inside stuffers. Maybe we can take a look at that. Secure protector. Probably you could use stronger protection versus quick block shed moves. I don't see any really other ones that I would say. Unspin, recuperate. Yeah, but I would say on a center, either secure protector or conductor, and then edge protectors for sure on your right tackle or left tackle. If you are going to put abilities on your linemen, I don't really recommend it unless you have like 1 AP to spare based off the way you like to run your game, or if you like to run the ball a lot and you really don't pass that much, then I could see that working out for, you know, wanting to put different abilities on different guys. Coming on the defense, I don't use my linebackers. I think the only abilities you would want to put on a linebacker is either lurker, or if you use them at your right end or left end, or they tend to rush a lot. If there's someone who rushes the ball a lot, I would put edge threat on them. So either edge threat or lurker on your linebackers are the only 2 I would personally use on a linebacker. Then on safeties and cornerbacks, I only like to use acrobats. Acrobats are what I use. Coming over the defense here, I'll show you. I run 6 acrobats and 1 inside stuffer. So that's 2 AP, that adds up to 12 AP, plus the 1 inside stuffer for another 2 AP. Right here I have inside stuff on my D tackle, which is really good. I'll get to that later, but 2 AP for acrobats. I have 6 of them, that's 12 AP, plus the 1 inside stuffer, which is 14 AP. So I use acrobats. Acrobats are super good. Love them a lot. They're very important, and if you do not have acrobats on your field, you're at a disadvantage. But there is one other ability that I say is close to as good, but not as good. If you want to get deep route KO on your cornerbacks, that is also a viable option. A lot of times I'll have separation on a guy and I'll throw it up to him, and because of deep route KO, he gets a last minute animation and knocks the ball out of my hand. So that is very good and very annoying to go against. So if you do not want to run acrobats, deep route KO is just as good, just as effective. You can do mid route KO or short route KO, stuff like that. But I would say acrobats are the best, and your second option for corners and safeties would be deep route KO. Okay, and then coming down to your linemen here, at D tackle, inside stuffers are what I would use, or maybe double or nothing. Inside stuffer usually is what I go for, and then on the outside, I say the only really one you want to use is maybe a run stopper, maybe an edge protector or something like that. But I think it's called run stopper, or maybe outside run, something like that. So edge threat, double or nothing are good. And I would not use inside stuff. No outsiders. That's what I'm thinking of. No outsiders makes it so he instantly sheds an outside run. That's really good. I would say those are pretty good to use. Swim club, that's okay. So either no outsiders or edge threat or double or nothing. Those are the 3 I would use at right end or left end. Then you can also use on your outside linebackers if they get them as well, depending on how you run your defense. If your outside linebackers tend to come down towards the line, if they tend to be rushing a lot. I don't have a single linebacker on the field. I run 4 safeties, 4 corners, and 3 down linemen. So I don't really worry about them. That's why I don't have any abilities on them or anything like that. So the only people that see my field are Richard Seymour, Anthony McFarland, and then hiding in my specialists I have Daniel Hunter. So and none of them have any abilities except for Anthony McFarland, which I use inside stuffer. And then coming to your special teams, a lot of people like to use focus kicker. Focus kicker is very good. Or the other ability, which I don't know what it is, but it basically makes it so you cannot get iced. It doesn't have it here, but it basically makes it so you do not get iced when you're going against. If someone tries to ice you, it basically allows it so you do not get iced. So if you want to use something like that, focus kicker makes it so that the meter is slower, because a lot of people tend to have time struggling when they kick. So yeah, that is going to do it for the video. Those are all the different abilities I like to use inside of Madden Ultimate Team and what I would use specifically at each position. If you guys have any ideas or thoughts about any other abilities you guys want to let me know what you guys use, and if I think that's a good ability to use, go ahead and drop that down in the comments. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
And I hope everything's well.
S1, I was the best one. You thinking way back, you should've kept them. You always question all of my methods. I try to hold you down, I just want you to win. I swear that you don't check your phone.